Oh man, sorry if it's gonna be hard to see. It's gonna be rattly and all that good stuff. I'm actually driving on I-80, going through Nebraska right now. Should be to Denver, Colorado here in probably 6 hours. So stayed at I don't even know where it was. Omaha, just outside of Omaha last night for my good old hour. So this video is about Uber Freight. If you've seen the thumbnail, that's a live screenshot. Hopefully Uber doesn't sue me. I doubt they will. This video is about my experience as an owner-operator booking a load with Uber Freight. Everyone knows about Uber, even my freaking grandpa, my parents, Uber is a great service. They disrupted the world with the technology platform that they developed to basically streamline the whole taxi process without having to call a taxi. You do everything on your phone, and it's just simple. 1, 2, 3, bam. You got a ride with your credit card. They call it rideshare. But so for truckers, Uber also, of course, dipped into this industry, and I don't blame them. It's a huge multi-billion-dollar industry, and we need more of that technology. And there's so much technology in this industry, that is supposed to make the shipping and receiving process of freight more simplistic and more transparent. So I booked a load. I've been like able to book loads on Uber Freight. I've been just looking. I stick with DAT. I even have 1, 2, 3 Loadboard, which is super. I wish DAT was 1, 2, 1, 2. If 1, 2, 3 Loadboard had as much freight, I wouldn't even DAT. I'd be all over Uber, 1, 2, 3 Loadboard. It just has everything you need on there. It breaks down revenue, line haul revenue based off of your average fuel mileage expenses and your average lane rate. And it breaks that down and kind of gives you a look at, well, if you put an offer in on that load for this average rate, this is what your expected revenue after your expenses will be. And then it also has PC Miler and Google Maps, everything built right into it, where you simply click a button and it takes you right to it. And it's significantly cheaper than DAT. But yes, it has all the gadgets and whistles, and it can keep you busy. But man, DAT just has so much more, and I feel like it has better, like Landstar. I've had a good experience with Landstar and CH Robinson. I like those two. Seems like I get good loads from them. TQL, a lot of people say bad things about them, and I understand why. I think certain agents are worse, but I've had a couple good loads from them, and my experience hasn't been bad yet. But anyways, Uber Freight. So yes, Uber Freight came to trucking, and it's not all that bad. I booked my load just like you see in the thumbnail for about $3 a mile. If you count, it was I guess $2.53 a mile or something like that. But nonetheless, it was basically a backhaul home. So I needed to get home out of Iowa, and it was going back to my home where I go home in Michigan. So, and for any time you can come back home for the weekend and make $2.50 to $3 a mile, shit, that's beautiful. That's really, really beautiful. So, I made $15.80, but I requested detention time because my pickup, the pickup location was in Ames, Iowa, and it was actually a good location. I think, like there's most people in and out, and they're very on point. Like as soon as you go in there, they're the guys coming out and figuring out your BOL and shipment and everything, and they get you going. For me, not so much. So it must have been just, you get that bad luck. Sometimes you get bad shippers and you get good shippers. It can't always be good, and it can't always be bad. So that was my bad day, and but I had time. So Uber says that I think it's after at 2.5 hours or 2 hours, you have to like call them and let them know that detention is about to start and that you want to be reimbursed for that downtime. So anything after like they say 3 hours, they pay. I'm not sure what they pay, but I was there for 5 hours, so I just asked for 2 hours of detention time, and it was pretty easy. You can basically they send you a detention form if you don't already have it, and you just fill out your request and then submit it. And then if there's any lumper fees when you deliver, you just upload a picture of the lump, or you call them, they give you a code, and then you upload the picture, excuse me, of the lumper receipt. But yeah, that load, it was so easy, man. I didn't even have to deal with any brokers. Which I kind of like to do. Obviously, I don't like it when I lose the negotiation and I don't get what I want, but that's life, man. I'm a realtor too, and I've lost a lot of, offers, but such is life. You win some, you lose some, and they got a living to make too, man. We make good money and they make good money. I don't really care what they do for their money. That's their business. Just like it shouldn't matter the amount of work that I put into to make my money. You know what I mean? Like, because there's this consensus that, truck owner operators make all this money. If they really understood everything involved with it, they'd probably reconsider that statement, but whatever. Anyways, my experience was good with Uber Freight. Damn. Too much coffee, not enough. And I absolutely will be doing more Uber Freight loads. You simply go into the app. It's like the thumbnail. Go check out the thumbnail in the picture on my video, and you'll see it's just like what you see. Just like if you ever did the Uber rideshare and booked a ride with Uber, it's just like that. Basically, the only thing that I don't like about it is that they're set rates. You can't negotiate the rates. As far as I know, like you can't. I mean, you could call them, but I'm pretty sure the customer, like the number that is out there, is the number that you are getting. There's no higher or lower, and so, but I see though that they're much more consistent. With the average lane rates, they're very close, and some are much more. So I don't think they have enough to keep you guy busy, but I do think that it's a good tool to have. It's free to have their. I mean, you got to get approved and everything, but it's free to have. Why not? That would when I got my from Iowa to Michigan, it was like I don't even remember. I think, but it's basically I needed to get home and I couldn't find anything worthwhile on DAT or 123 or JB Con or anything. So I found that on Uber. And then you can also post your truck in Uber Freight, or like if they don't have any loads in that area, you post your truck there, and they'll notify you like in the app. Everything's in the app. That's what I like. Like there's not as much human connection, which is good and bad, but it's just very very simple. It's all click of a button. Like even like it tracks your phone. So as you go to the pickup, you don't even have to click. I think you do have to click start the load process or whatever, start this pickup, and then from there on it will track you. And once you get to the facility, it'll say welcome. Like in the app, it'll notify you welcome to so and so, and then same with delivery. So you really don't have to do much, man. There's no calling brokers or call checks, all that stuff. It knows where you are and when you are and all that good stuff. But when you're done, you do submit the BOL and any other fees. Just take a picture. It's all done within the app. So yeah, man, for me, it's a great experience and I liked it, and I'll definitely do it more. They're just like, I was looking for load, like they have, it looks like some dedicated customers. Like I was looking for a load out of Denver going a little more west, and then I was going to come back home for the holidays. And they have like it looks like they have Anheuser-Busch in Denver there as a dedicated like customer. They got some freight from them. I don't know, but I don't know. I think it pays like $2 or something like that, but it's like basically from Denver to like just, I forget now. I don't know. It's not very far. Short runs, short hauls, but yeah, it just didn't interest me. Also, I've been to Anheuser-Busch in I think Atlanta or somewhere in Georgia. It wasn't a good experience for me. I was there forever, and then I've also seen like them get the weight wrong, and when you scale out, they have to adjust you, so then you're going to be down more time. I mean, I'd do it if that's all there was, but there's a shit ton more freight. I ended up booking a load today. Well, I'm already booked out until after the holidays. So for me, I love the spot market because you can do that, but like I kind of like to I start stressing out if I don't because for me, I like to be home every weekend with my family. I have a son and a wife. They need me around, but they also need me to run a business successfully and make his money. So they understand that if Dad has to stay out, he has to stay out. But if I'm not, that's never, ever, ever my goal. As much as I can during the week and get back home to get a wife. So for me, I like to I was already I pre-booked. I like to pre-book, so it can be hard though because you can book a load and then you never know what the shipper or receiver is like, and so you could be down like a couple hours, few hours more than expected, and you can schedule everything in your head or on paper and book another load, but then you're stuck at a receiver, and then you can't go pick up your new pickup. So that kind of sucks. I almost had to cancel, that a load after that Uber or before that Uber load. But anyways, but when it works out, it's nice. It's really kind of makes you feel good. So I booked the load. I'm delivering to Denver in the morning, and this load paid $2,700. It was a Landstar load. I booked it the other day. I picked up in at White. It's like water out of Michigan, and going to Denver for 2,700. So it's like 1,100 miles. So do the math. I think it's what is that? I'll do it real quick. So it's like $2 a mile to go to. Honestly, Denver does not good to go into or to come out of. I've noticed it pays better to go into. It's one of them things. So I looked hard and hard. So it's almost Christmas, right? So after I booked this Denver load, I was seeing this other load that I wanted, but it went after I booked it. Go figure, right? And so I got to start to feel like I was going to miss Christmas because I live in Michigan, and with hours of service and load availability, it pays better to come out of the West into the East than to go into the West. So I knew that if I could find a load, it would pay decent, and it paid me good enough to get there. And so I booked a load. I ended up finding one through TQ, DAT Loadboard from Denver. So I deliver this load in Denver in the morning, first thing, and then I go and pick up. It's like 600 miles. It only weighs like 10,000 pounds. That's another thing. This load coming out here, it not only paid 2,700 to come out here, which is good in itself, but typically you'll come out here with 45,000 pounds. I only came out here with 20,000 or 15,000. So that's better fuel mileage. It's easier to climb hills. I'm going to spend less, and it's going to be a better trip. So for me, to come out here at $2,700 for $2,700 with 15,000 pound load, it's awesome. And that's what I noticed about Landstar. They have a lot of the it's not necessarily partial because this is a truckload and it pays a truckload, but it's lightweight. So, and then the reason I took that Rexburg, Idaho, is because it was paying $2 a mile, a little more. I got it for $1,250. They wanted like $1,100. I got it for $1,250 to run to Rexburg. It delivers that very morning, next morning. So deliver in Denver, pick up in Denver, go to Rexburg, Idaho, and deliver Thursday morning. And then after I deliver that, no, I'm wrong. It delivers Friday morning, but I am going to try to deliver it Thursday. And then I pick up, and then Friday when I deliver in Rexburg, Idaho, I go down towards Salt Lake City, Utah. I couldn't find anything, man, out of that area, so I have to drive 3 hours south. I booked a load from just north of Salt Lake City, Utah, coming back to Seymour, Indiana. That's the closest I could find that would pay decent to get me closer to home. And that delivers Monday morning on Christmas Eve. And I got that for $3,300. That was good. 1,600 miles. That's $2.06 a mile. I mean, you can do better, but it's going to Indiana, So for me, that was great. I averaged a pretty good mile per rate. I think that puts me at excuse me, with that Rexburg and So that puts me at like 7,250 gross for the week. You can do better going out west, but for me, that's pretty good. So I'll take home about 4,000 after all my expenses and everything, because I lease on, and after fuel and everything, my trailer, my truck, everything, I'll take home pretty close to $4,000. So that's a good week for me. Obviously, I have my own authority, I'd do better, but that's good for me. So I'm happy with it, and I'll be home for Christmas, hopefully. I just got to figure out how I'm going to get what I'm going to do from Seymour to Michigan. If I can't find a wood, I may just rent a car and go back home. So I'll keep you guys updated. This was a video about Uber Freight, and I hope that I shed some light on it. I know I kind of got off on a tangent. Uber Freight is a great platform, and I highly suggest any one of you who are owner-operators check it out, and go book your first load on it. You'll like it. All right, peace out.